Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I have such an exciting video for you guys today. This is going to be a reading vlog. So I'm basically going to be reading the highest rated book on my TBR on Goodreads and the lowest rated book on Goodreads. So a couple days ago I ended up adding every single one of the books that I have not yet read on my Goodreads. Like where it says like, let me see, hold on. Where you put like want to read, and it has like this, and it has all of them, and you can put it to where it shows like the highest rated to the lowest rated, or the lowest rated to the highest rated. So I did that, and I picked out the books, and I'm going to show you guys both of them. So for the lowest rated book, we have Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. I was actually supposed to read this in June and I didn't. This has a 3.5 rating and it has over 41,000 reviews on Goodreads. So that is the lowest rated, and then the highest rated is the Mindfuck series by St. Abby. This got a 4.64 star rating with 24,000 reviews. So this book has double pretty much the amount of reviews that this one does, and it only has a 3.5. That's crazy. So yeah, these are going to be the two books that I read in this video. It's going to be like a reading vlog. This book is 5 books in one, and I'm still so unsure about what I want to do because I've seen people on Goodreads mark this as 5 books, and then I've also seen people mark it as 1. I kind of want to mark it as 5, but I think like each book is like 100 and something pages, so I might just mark it as 5 books. I did do like a poll on my Bookstagram to see what other people did when they read this. Let me see what won. Okay, so 5 won by 1 vote. So yeah, I think it's just like you can do what you want. If you want to mark it as 5, you can. If you want to mark it as 1, I think I'm just going to mark it as 5 because it is technically a series. Like, I guess they could have released it in like little books, but like, what's the point of that? You could just bind it into 1. So I think I'm going to do it as 5 because why not? So the first book I'm going to read is the lowest rated one just because I know I'm going to love this book. I already know that I'm going to love it. So I don't want to read this and then be like, oh my gosh, and I have to read a book that's going to be like, I think I'm actually going to like this. I don't know. I'm going to read you guys what it's about in a second, but I don't think I'm going to hate this book. But I know I'm going to love this one. So I'm just going to do the lowest rated one first. So let's read the back of it, shall we? Everyone remembers the one, no, not that one, the other one, the wrong one, the one you couldn't let go of, the one that you'll never forget. So this is basically like a toxic romance. I haven't heard good things about this book at all. I feel like all the reviews I've seen are negative because it's so toxic. But I feel like you also have to go into the mindset that it's a toxic romance. If you're going into it thinking that it's going to be like a perfect romance and you're going to hate it, that's kind of what I'm getting from this. So it says, Lucy Albright is eager for a fresh start when she arrives at her small California cottage and immediately embraces all that college life has to offer. New friends, wild parties, stimulating classes, and then she meets Stephen DeMarco, charming, attractive, complicated, devastating. Confident and cocksure. Weird word to use. Stephen sees something in Lucy that no one else has seen, and she's quickly seduced by the sense of the possibility that his attention brings her. Meanwhile, Stephen is determined to forget an incident buried in his past that, if exposed, could ruin him. Well, that's juicy. And his single-minded drive for success extends to winning and keeping Lucy's heart. Lucy knows that there's something about Stephen that isn't to be trusted. Stephen knows Lucy can't tear herself away, and their addicting entanglement will have consequences they never could have imagined. The difficulty of letting go, even when you know you should. I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued. This intro is very long, but I am going to read for a little bit tonight only because Speak Now, Taylor's version, comes out in a couple hours. It's 9 o'clock at night currently. So I'm probably going to read for like an hour-ish tonight, and then I'll give you guys updates. Alright guys, it is time for a little bit of an update. It is the next day. It's actually pretty late right now. It's like after 10 p.m. And I wanted to give you guys a reading update. It's not much of an update. Today's been a pretty hectic day. Happy Speak Now release day to all my fellow Swifties. I have only read 20 pages so far. Only read one chapter last night because I read for a little bit and then the Twitch streamer that I normally watch, he came on, and after that I just listened to Speak Now at midnight and then I fell asleep. So right now I'm going to read for a little bit. I'm probably not going to read too much of this tonight. I think I'm going to read the majority of this tomorrow. Hopefully we can finish this by Sunday. It's Friday currently. And then we'll start the Mindfuck series. But I'm probably going to read at least 50, maybe 100 pages if I'm lucky tonight. We'll see. And I'll give you guys more of an update tomorrow on how I'm feeling about the book. I have no like feeling so far because I only read one chapter. But yeah. Hello guys, it has been a minute since I have updated you. I did not give any kind of update yesterday just because I only read a little bit and I didn't really have much to say, but now I do have a little bit that I want to talk about. So in this book you're following Lucy and Steven and you're getting flashbacks of them from college, and Steven is basically an F-boy. Like, he's basically the worst, literally. And Lucy and him have this like pull towards each other and it's very toxic, and I think if I didn't go into it knowing that it was toxic, I probably would have DNF'd this already. And there have been points in this book where I'm just like bored. A little while ago I reached the halfway mark. I'm on chapter 26, page 188. Yeah. And it's very toxic. You're getting stuff from them from the past, and then there's also present time, which I think is like a couple years in the future. Lucy's friend is getting married, and I'm pretty sure Steven's gonna be there, so you're gonna get like them in the present as well, them in the past, like where you have been getting the whole entire book basically. But like I said, there are parts of this that I'm like bored. It's kind of like veering off like topic a little bit, and I think today I'm going to binge and finish this. I am enjoying it. If you've ever had a Steven in your life, like major F-boy, toxic guy, then this is hitting kind of hard for me. But yeah, if you go into this thinking it's going to be like all the other romance books that you read, it's not. It's giving me more of like real life vibes. I don't know. I feel like, yeah. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it's gonna be, right now I'm sitting at like a 3-star. I know I'm only halfway in, but yeah, Steven's annoying me. Lucy is kind of annoying me, but like then again I kind of feel for her, because if you know what it's like to really like someone, and I don't know, it's hard to explain. I don't really want to spoil anything, but she's also dealing with some issues of her own. And yeah, this book is very real, and it deals with a lot of darker topics as well. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna probably finish this tonight, either tonight or early tomorrow morning, and then we will start this, which this is probably gonna take me a while because it's 5 books in one, and it's like, I don't want to look at any spoilers. It's like almost 700 pages. But yeah, it's also like 5 books in one, so it's probably gonna go by pretty quickly. But yeah, that's a little bit of an update for you guys. I'm gonna continue reading this throughout the day. It's currently 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and yeah, that's my update. Okay guys, it is the next day, and I still have not finished this book. I was all set on finishing it last night, and I kid you guys not, I got so mad while reading this book I had to put it down for the rest of the night. I chose peace. So yeah, but I've read a little bit of it today. I'm currently on chapter 44, page 322. So I've only got like 50 pages left. So I'm gonna eat my dinner right now, and then I'm gonna bust this out and finish this so that we can start this chonker of a book. I'm only probably gonna read a little bit of this because I have read a lot of this today. I think I started out, I don't know, somewhere like 260-ish. I only read like a little bit last night. Sorry if I have the fan on. It's because I had to take out my air conditioner because I found a big wasp in my room this morning and I had enough of the bugs. I couldn't do it. So I'm gonna have to get a new fan, like 2 fans in my room. So excuse the fan noise. I have to leave it on because it's hot in here. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a book haul because I got some books today. So I got the 2 last books in the Chestnut Springs series so far. The last one comes out, I forget, I think in a couple months, towards the end of the year, I think. I got the 3rd book, which is Powerless, and the 4th book, which is Reckless. Can we take a minute for how beautiful this cover is? The little boot and the big... I can't. I think this is my favorite cover yet. So pretty. So yeah, I got these because I want to read Powerless, hopefully this month. So I got... Oops. I got those. And then I went to Barnes today. I got those off of Amazon. And I picked up a Brandon Sanderson book because I've heard a lot of good things. I got Skyward. I don't really know where you're supposed to start with his books, but I got this one because it sounded really interesting and I think the cover is so pretty. So I got that. So that is like a little tiny book haul. I'm going to eat and then finish this book and I will come back later on today when I finished because I'm getting this over with. I need to finish it for my own mental health. Can we get a round of applause, please? Because I have finished this book. Finally. Oh my goodness, it's such a relief. I don't know how many days I've been reading this book, but it honestly feels like I've been reading it forever. And I feel like the reason it took me so long is because there were certain like days when I'd be reading it and I'd have to put it down because the Stephen chapters were so frustrating. Like, being in his point of view made me want to throw this book. It made me so angry. He was such a major F-boy. He didn't care about anybody else but himself. Major gaslighter. But this book just felt so real to me. Like, if you ever had a Stephen in your life, you know, it's just crazy. But I don't know. I liked the way it ended. And there were also like certain parts of the book that I was bored, to be honest with you. But I wanted to keep reading because I wanted to see how it ended. So I don't know how I'm going to rate this. Right now I think I'm sitting on a 3 stars. I didn't hate it. I was entertained for most of it. But yeah, it's not my favorite book ever. It just, like I said, it felt very real. It wasn't like one of those romances where like they're happy and in love, you know, everything's perfect. It wasn't. And it kind of just, it felt like real life. I don't know, this felt like so real. There's also a quote in here I wanted to read to you guys that I dog-eared. I never dog-ear my pages, but I did because I didn't have any tabs near me. So it says, if he calls you, if he texts you, he will try to contact you. People like Steven, they don't change. He will always come back for more. He won't give it up until he has to. Like, so true. So true. Like, he didn't know how to be in a relationship. He didn't know how to treat girls right. It was crazy, and yeah, he really pissed me off. I don't like him at all. But yeah, that's it for this book. Now I'm going to be starting the My Fuck series. I'm only probably going to read a little bit of this tonight. I also changed from before. I don't know, something about getting home, like in the outfit that you went in. I always want to like come home and get changed right away. So yeah. I'm only probably going to read a little bit of this. So this is a dark romance and it follows, I think her name is Lana, and she is a serial killer, and then the male interest in the book is named Logan, I think. I think his name is Logan, I'm not too sure. But he is the detective on like her cases, but he doesn't know it's her. That's what I'm getting from this, like what I've seen from like reviews and stuff. That's what I think it's about. It's very intimidating, but like I said, it's 5 books in one. So I'm probably gonna start a little bit of this tonight, and I'll give you guys an update when I have one. Hello my friends. If you hear, I have not an air conditioner, I have a fan right next to me because I had to have 2 fans in my room. Now I have that one, and then I have a different one that's like right next to me. It's hot in here, so I can't turn the fans off. Anyways, I have a little bit of an update for you guys. I finished book 1 just a little while ago, So book 1 was 123 pages, and I didn't read it all yesterday because yesterday was a really hectic day. Ignore my appearance. I look so bad. I'm gonna take a shower actually a little bit before I go to bed. But I didn't read or update you guys at all yesterday. I had nothing to update yesterday because I didn't read. Story time. Yesterday, I don't know why I didn't read during the day, but I was going with my mom to pick up my brother because he started a new job yesterday. And I was like, I'm gonna read when I get home because we were probably gonna get home around like 10:30ish. So we left at like 9:30 because he got out at 10. We picked my brother up and then he wanted food. So we were going to go to Wendy's for him, and then I wanted a peanut butter shake from Dairy Queen. So we were on the way to Wendy's, and then all of a sudden we were driving my dad's car instead of mine because he had more gas that he wanted us to use. And we hear beeping in this car, and it ends up that it needs, like, the engine is overheating. So it said like idle engine or something like that. We had to pull over, and we pulled over in this like really sketchy parking lot because all the stores were closed. And I wish we would have, if you ever have to pull over, please make sure that you can find somewhere, if you can, make sure that you can find somewhere that has cars in there. Like, just don't park in like a sketchy parking lot with no other cars in there. But we were there for a while, and then my mom was like, hey, my dad is here. And this car comes like jetting in, and one almost hits our car, and it wasn't my dad because there were 4 people in the car. There was a bunch of dudes, and the dude almost slams into us and doesn't even acknowledge the fact that he saw us, and then just continued driving by. And it was so scary because we didn't know like if they were going to get out or something, and that's a very sketchy area as is, so that was pretty terrifying. And we didn't end up getting home until like midnight, so I didn't read. That's why I didn't read it all last night. So I finished the first book and I gave it 4 stars. I actually am really like enjoying this. I cannot put this book down, so I'm going to read some more tonight, and I'll probably give you guys another update when I'm like halfway-ish through, maybe when I'm on book 3. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil things, but I told you guys this is a dark romance, so check your trigger warnings if you want to read this. But it's about a serial killer. Her name is Lana, and you learn like some stuff about like the people that she's killing and like the reasonings behind them. And then there's also the male character. His name is Logan, and he's actually the FBI agent on her case. Like, he's trying to find who's doing all these murders, and it's her, and they're a thing. That's really all I want to say. I don't want to spoil too much, and I also haven't gotten that far. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'm really, really enjoying this, and Lana is a baddie. I love her already. And yeah, those are my thoughts. I am going to read a little bit more tonight, and I'll give you guys an update probably tomorrow. But yeah. Alright guys, I have a little bit of a reading update for you guys. Ignore my hair. I just got out of the shower a little while ago, and it's drying very weirdly because it has been so humid the past like couple weeks. It's crazy. And I took a cold shower today because I was already sweating before I got in the shower. And I don't know, there is just something so refreshing about taking a cold shower in the summertime. There was no way that I could take a hot shower with it being like 90 degrees and humid. I just couldn't do it. So taking a cold shower definitely helped. I feel just so much more refreshed right now. But that is besides the point. I wanted to talk to you guys about my progress in this book. So I am currently on the 3rd book. I'm about halfway through right now, and I'm loving this book so far, you guys. Last night I could not put this down. I just kept reading chapter after chapter. So good. Probably my favorite dark romance. I've only read a couple dark romances, but I'm really loving the story. And I would never have thought that I would be rooting for a serial killer, but I'm rooting for Lana all the way. You really get more, like, the more I get into the book, the more you learn about her and her past. And I just sympathize with her. She's been through a lot. She's a baddie. She's a queen. And Logan, chef's kiss. I love him as well. I love both of them. And I also love the other, like, side characters in this book as well. Do you know that TikTok that's like, I support women's rights, but more importantly, I support women's wrongs? they were talking about Lana. I love her a lot. I was going to annotate this book, but I haven't really been annotating it because the other day I was getting annoyed because holding this book, it's so thick, you guys, and I just figured it wasn't on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know, nobody ever said it was, so I got annoyed with how heavy it was, and I really wanted to switch to my Kindle. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna check how much it costs to buy them on here, and I searched them up and they're all on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm just so relieved because I was getting, like I said, I was getting annoyed carrying it because it's such a bulky book. And now I've been switching over to my Kindle and I feel like I'm reading it much faster as well. But yeah, that's my update. I want to finish book 3 and get into book 4 today. And hopefully the plan is to finish this by tomorrow. I don't know, I just cannot wait to see where the story goes and how it ends. I'm having a great time. This book, like, I'm picturing like everything in this book, and I would love for this to be a movie if it isn't already, or like a TV show. It's also kind of giving like You vibes a little bit, but not really. I don't know, that's just a feeling I'm getting. We need a show with Lana and Logan because I would love that. Petition, can we get a petition started? Alright, that is my update. I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I don't want to tell you guys too much about this because I don't want to spoil anything. So we're just going off of like vibes at this point. Yeah, for series it's hard. Like, you could say what like the beginning is about, but I feel like anything other than like the beginning of the book is a spoiler. You just have to read it for yourself. Like I said, check trigger warnings. It is a dark romance, but I'm loving it so far. Alright, we have another reading update. Excuse the hair, like always, it's frizzy and still humid, and I don't want to straighten it, even though I do want to straighten it so the frizziness goes away, but it's too hot and I'm not going to be sweating while I straighten my hair. So it's just going to be crazy probably for a while. That is besides the point. I have another reading update for you guys. I finished book 4 this morning. It is Sunday now. I didn't vlog yesterday because TMI, I got my period and I had really bad cramps, so I was in bed for most of the day. But yeah, I finished book 4 this morning, and the way book 4 ended had me like shook. So now I'm going to start book 5 in a little bit. I might finish it tonight, or I'll probably end up finishing it tomorrow if I'm being real. But yeah, I love Lana so much. The more I read about her, the more I feel for her, and she is probably one of the strongest book characters I have ever read about. And she's a baddie, and I'm rooting for her till the end. I also love Logan, and like I said before, the side characters I also really love, except for the bad ones. But yeah. I rated books 1 and 2 4 stars. Book 3 I rated 5 stars. And then the 4th book, I think I'm sitting on like a 4 or 4.5. I really did like it. The way it ended was like, oh my goodness, I need to go into book 5 right now. Yeah, I don't want to say goodbye to Lana or Logan yet. But yeah, love Lana. I'm really sad that I'm on the last book. And I'm very curious on how this is going to end. Like, I don't know, is it going to end happy? Is it not going to end happy? I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of ways it could end, and I'm, like, blank. My mind is blank on how it's going to end. I guess I got to read and find out. But yeah, that's my update. I don't really have anything else to update you guys on. I'll let you guys know my final thoughts once I finish.
Okay. Well, all of the guys are going to the warehouse to do the live tonight. Therefore,
I look like crap because I just woke up from a nap, and that rhymes, I think. Anyways, excuse my appearance like always. I feel like I have to say that in every clip because I never look good. Anyways, I am starting book 5 now. I was going to start it a little while ago, but I ended up taking a nap. So, there's that. I'm shook right now. I'm on chapter 5, page 56, and something just happened that I was not expecting. I'm not even kidding you. As I was reading, I went, and I'm still shook. I was not expecting that. Hey everybody, so I'm gonna be real honest with you. I have not updated you guys in over a week. It is currently Tuesday. The last time I updated you was last Sunday. So I did end up finishing the Mindfuck series the day that I told you guys I was going to. And then I was like, you know what, I think it was late when I finished, or maybe it wasn't. But I was like, I'll update tomorrow and I'll end the video. I never did. I just kept pushing like tomorrow. And finally today I'm like, I need to end this video so I can edit the video and get it up for you guys as soon as possible. So my final thoughts on this, I ended up giving this book 5 stars overall. Like the series in general is a 5-star for me. This book just gave me such like movie or TV show vibes. I was so entertained. At the end of every book, it left you on like this huge cliffhanger and it made me want to keep on reading. So you're following Lana. I don't know if I told you guys the premise of this book. I probably have, but you're gonna hear it again. And she is a serial killer, and you learn more about like her and her past and like what she's been through. I'm not even kidding you guys when I tell you that Lana is one of the strongest female characters that I've ever read about. And like once you learn like stuff about her, it just, you know that TikTok that's like, I support women's rights, but more importantly, I support women's wrongs? Lana. That's Lana for you. And also the song Look What You Made Me Do by Taylor Swift was written about Lana Myers. She is just such a baddie, such a strong character, and I swear I teared up so many times like learning like about her past. And there's also Logan, which is the male love interest, and he actually works for the FBI, and he is on her case, but he doesn't know that it's her. And so good. They need to make this into a movie or a TV show because I would watch it 100%. I was so entertained, and this book had me feeling so many emotions. I definitely recommend it. The only thing is, like I said, please look up trigger warnings. This book is not for everybody. It deals with so many dark topics, and yeah, just keep that in mind before you go into this book. And I really wanted to annotate this book, but I read a majority of it on my Kindle, so I only like tabbed a couple of things. Maybe in the future when I do a reread, I'll go back in and annotate. But I really enjoyed this. I even loved the side characters so much, so I really recommend this. So the Goodreads rating is a 4.64, and I definitely agree. I feel like this book is worth the read. And yeah, I had a great time. And then the first book that I read in the video was Tell Me Lies by Carola Lovering. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And this book, you are following Lucy and Steven, and you're following them in college. It goes past and present. So in the present time, Lucy is at her best friend's wedding, and she ends up having to see Steven again. And Steven is just your normal toxic man, very toxic. So if you're looking for a book with, you know, your couple being happy in the book and it not being like a toxic relationship, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're looking for something that's very entertaining and you want to read about a toxic guy, this book is for you. I ended up giving this book 3 stars. The majority of the reason why I gave this book 3 stars is because it felt entertaining to me. Like, it felt like I was watching like a reality TV show. I didn't really vibe with any of the characters. Like, Lucy got on my nerves. Steven definitely got on my nerves. I had to put this book down at some parts of his chapters because he just, knowing like what he's thinking and like what he says just made me so angry at times. But yeah, like I said, it was a fun read. Would I recommend it? I don't know. If you're looking for something to entertain you, yeah. If you're looking for an epic romance, no, I wouldn't recommend this. So, like I said, I gave this book a 3 stars. And the rating on Goodreads is a 3.50. So, yeah, I would say I agree with the Goodreads ratings. And those were the books that I read. It took me a while, I feel like, to read both of these. I don't know why. I think it was because I had to put this book down at some parts and like come back to it like the next day. But yeah, those are the books that I read. I did actually have really good time reading both of them. And yeah, let me know what other videos you guys want to see from me in the future. I love you all so much, and I'll see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye guys.